عصف الأنين بداخلي كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محن تمر وكم كرهت مصابها لكن رأيت الخير يسكب في أنا كم مرة قد ضقت من عظم البلاء.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله to every single one of you once again for watching and taking the time out to listen to your brother Haji. Subhanallah al-Azim, this video will be slightly different to my usual videos, and my videos are quite technical and reference based, you know, where information's on screen and there's a in-depth explanation to sort of expose the deceit of the super Salafis and the Madakhila alike. So this video will be more of a reaction video, funny enough, in relation to a prominent scholar commenting about the deception, deceit, and let's just say as it is, I'm a person that wears my heart on my sleeves, the filth of the Madakhila, more notably. It's the Madakhila this time. But as I said, I don't really see the difference between the two. Like I said, my definition is that the super Salafis are share the same characteristics as the Madakhila, principally, etc., but they differ amongst themselves. And the reason why they differ is due to spotlight and power. So it's like the root is the same. So as the sort of tree grows, the branches spread out, and then obviously they've got their own little cat fights within themselves. Like I said, I don't want to say anymore because I might just say something stupid knowing me. So as you can see on screen, this is a video from a prominent sheikh in Egypt, and his name is Mustafa al-Adawi. Okay, Mustafa al-Adawi, and he released a video, okay, roughly about 2 days ago. By the time this will be released, maybe even 3. As you can see, he's got over 200,000 followers, so he's very, very renowned. It doesn't mean just because he's a lot of followers that means, you know, haqq is coming from him, but I'm saying that he's very well renowned and he's obviously an important scholar in Egypt, and his Egyptian counterparts would agree with me. So this is in relation to the statement regarding the Madakhila, okay, the statement regarding the Madakhila, and he released this from what I can see and it releases on the 18th of February.
يا أخي هذه نابتة سوء نبتت في زماننا.
Strong words, huh? Strong words from the Shaykh, may Allah preserve him. So the first statement he made was that they are an evil group, okay, that has been planted, that has been placed in our times. Now that is true, okay, that is, you know, should be written in gold. They're an evil group, and we have to stress that point. The crimes that they have committed in society, brothers against brothers, husbands against wives, sons against parents, daughters against parents. It's fact that they are evil.
همها الأكبر الذي حملهم عليه الشيطان همهم الأكبر الطعن في العلماء ما لهم عمل إلا هذا.
And he also mentioned, the Shaykh, that their biggest interest in which Shaitan has sort of indulged them with or placed with them is that they slander the ulama. That fact. They are very vocal against the ulama that they disagree with. And these ulama, no matter who it is, even among Salafis, believe it or not, and the favorite example will be Muhammad bin Hadi al-Madkhali. He was an allama, he was, you know, they raised him on cloud 9. And then as soon as he started speaking against them, oh, he's dal, he's mubtadi'ah, and then, you know, even certain cult members, they say, may Allah give him the ability to make tawbah.
He will refute you.
That is fact, you know, and the Shaykh being in Egypt, there is a fair number of them in Egypt, in certain countries in North Africa, and obviously in my country, or my parents' country, Pakistan, there's a lot of them as well. So, fair point from the Shaykh. Let's carry on.
لا يدعون إلى الله لا يحاربون شركا لا يحاربون ضلالا إنما همهم الأكبر الشيخ هذا ضل الشيخ هذا مفتري
So the Shaykh rightfully says that the only concern and their job is that they slander the scholars. Fact. They just slander Mashaykh, slander. That's all they are engrossed in. That's all they're drowning in. Uqsamu billah al-azim. Then the Shaykh carries on and says that they don't call to Allah, they don't fight shirk, and they don't fight misguidance. Their only interest is or concern is that this Shaykh is misguided, this Shaykh is a liar, this Shaykh is a slanderer. Now, okay, maybe in Egypt that is the case, that they don't obviously fight misguidance, they don't call to Allah, they don't fight shirk, etc. But we have to be fair that the Madakhila and the Super Salafis are quite active in da'wah here. But what I mean da'wah is just basically recruiting them to the cult. But yeah, that statement there in terms of obviously they don't fight shirk, etc. I don't think that's completely accurate here. So let's just be fair and just. But everything else he says is true, that this Shaykh's a Muftari, this Shaykh is Dal, this Shaykh is Model, this Shaykh, Sahib al-Hawa, this Shaykh Jalasa ma al-Bid'ah, the usual cultish slogans that they use. Let's carry on.
قطع الله دابرهم ونظف البلاد منهم.
Ameen ya Shaykh, Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cut them off. And I said this consistently, haven't I, that in order for us Muslims to have unity or to have a certain amount of normality, they need to be cut off. Keep them away. Keep them to wherever they are. Don't get involved with them. There's no point reconciling with them. Just leave them to what they're doing.
To be completely honest, and I think honesty is the best policy, like they say, for us Muslims to have unity, there's no unity with these people. There is no unity with these people. I don't think
they want unity.
And then the Shaykh says, may Allah cleanse our land from them. Ameen, Allahumma ameen. And we're facing it in the West more so. If the Shaykh is using these harsh comments and harsh statements against them, then imagine our hal. So ameen to that dua, Shaykhuna. Ameen. Let's carry on.
فئة تقتل موجود في مصر تلقائيا ستعرفهم. علامتهم شتم العلماء، يعني يثني على الفجرة، وعلامتهم سب العلماء. هذا عملهم.
These words should be written in gold. When he said that their signs, their alamat, is that they curse and slander the scholars. And you notice he's emphasized on that point quite a lot. It's only been so far about 40 seconds, and he's mentioned slandering the ulama, because that's what they do. That's what they do. They slander the ulama. So ma bal al-awam. What about the masakin on the road? And then he mentions that they praise the transgressor. Now what he means by this is they praise rulers. They love the rulers. They bend over backwards for rulers. They are subservient slaves to the rulers, complete obedience to the rulers. And again, I'm using the word rulers very loosely. It's a particular ruler and a particular state or kingdom that they are concerned with. So let's just call it as it is. Their focus and their attention and their da'wah is all centered around a particular movement, which is the pseudo-neo Salafi movement, and then that connection, that relationship to a certain country, meaning that alliance, should we say. But the Shaykh's completely right. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rid them from us. And then he mentions they praise the transgressor and they also insult the scholars. So let's carry on.
واحد شيخ يموت عالم مثلا يسبونه ويلعنونه بعد موت. شيخ حي يسبونه ما يسلم من لسانهم البذيء أحد.
Alhamdulillah, spot on. That a Shaykh that dies, they're not free from their slander. And again, forget the mashayikh and the ulama that they disagree with are alive today. They're not going to be free from their vile, poisonous fangs and tongues. That's fact. And how many ulama have they slandered? How many ulama, dead or alive, have they slandered? And let's bring it close to home. One of our dear brothers, Allah yarhamu, passed away, and the so-called cult member couldn't stop his, filthy tongue in degrading him and to a certain extent backbiting him while he's dead, while the brother can't defend himself. And again, we know who that is, so we don't want to go into it. Let's carry on.
كما قال الرسول في شأن الخوارج يقتلون أهل الإسلام ويدعون أهل الأوثان. هذا أخذوا هذه الشعبة من هؤلاء.
the Shaykh is really getting into it now. I think he's in round 6, going on round 7, you know, planting the feet and throwing toe to toe. Golpe, golpe, like they say in Spanish. But yeah, 100% Shaykhuna, that they have taken shu'bah, that they've taken branches from the Khawarij. They have got traits, and again, I'm not making tabdi', I'm talking about their khisal, I'm talking about the characteristics, I'm talking about the sort of branches that they have in terms of their attitude and their conduct. They have, honestly, they have got characteristics of the Khawarij. They have. And I think people can see it now. Even though the Shaykh's talking about Madakhila, the Super Salafis are no different. And I have to stress, we cannot separate them. They are the same. Their roots, principles, characteristics, manhaj, is exactly the same.
ويدعون أنهم علماء جرح وتعديل، يعني علماء غيبة ونميمة في هذا الزمان.
Wow, it's true. That is so true. That they claim to be ulama. Now, obviously, he's referring to many of those people in Egypt that he's, you know, facing day to day, or maybe the online trolls, like maybe online trolls that are badgering him. Who knows? But they claim to be scholars, and they're scholars of jarh wa ta'dil, you know, like criticizing and praising, you know, in terms of the science of hadith. This is what it is. This is to do with the science of hadith, ilm al-hadith. And in essence, this is backbiting and slandering scholars in this time. But they see as jarh wa ta'dil, like they call Shaykh Rabi', hadahullah, like, you know, imam of imam of jarh wa ta'dil in our time. Like, you know, they got this sort of, you know, exclusive titles for their own Shaykh. Subhanallah al-Azim.
يعني يقيسون أنفسهم على علماء الجرح والتعديل الذين يتكلمون في رواة الأحاديث وتضعيفها.
The Shaykh rightfully put it that they measure themselves, like they are the yardstick, they are the benchmark, and they consider themselves as, like, you know, scholars in this matter in relation to jarh wa ta'dil, which really is in essence speaking about narrations of hadith and its like weakening, grading, etc., classification. That's what jarh wa ta'dil is. The ulama of hadith, muhaddithun, you know, scrutinize rulers. I'm gonna happy of saying rulers. But yeah, it's scrutinizing ruwat, scrutinizing narrators in relation to taking their riwayat. And this is, you know, a fun or a particular ilm that, you know, experts should engross themselves in. When you got juhal, such as Madakhila and the Super Salafis, that somehow, you know, they'll say, but you know what, Imam Nawawi says, again, we'll get to a certain person later, that Imam Nawawi says it's not backbiting, you know, this is not backbiting because this is what Imam Nawawi says in Al-Athqar, and he said this in Riyadh al-Salihin, you know, just technicalities as always. But let's carry on.
يقولون نحن علماء جرح وتعديل وهم والله بالأمس القريب كل واحد متأبط فتاة في الشارع واستقام اليوم.
You know what, it's like the Shaykh speaking about the reality in the UK. Now they obviously, you know, experts in jarh wa ta'dil, and it's true, only until recently, you know, they were messing about with the with the girls, you know, they've been naughty, you know, this is not nice. So this is the truth, that until recently they were womanizers and they were indulging in, you know, wa iyad billah, in these sort of matters. And it's fact that these individuals until recently were probably doing all sorts of munkarat and indulging in fawahish, you know, whether it be mukhaddarat, or whether it be, you know, wa'iyadu billah, zina, or even, you know, meeting girls, or doing whatever. Allah save us from all ma'asiyah and dhunub. But and then they all of a sudden, subhanallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us, you know, grant us istiqamah in his deen, you know, grant us, you know, strength to practice his deen and be sincere with it. But then all of a sudden these guys come off the street, and like you said, you have girls, you know, on the shawari', you know, on the streets, and then you become righteous all of a sudden, and then subhanallah, hada alim dal wa mudil wa mubtadi'a. And to be honest, it's like they come into the deen carrying this trait of ignorance.
وأصبح همه الطعن في العلماء عياذا بالله.
And the Shaykh ends off by saying, you know, their main concern is to slander the ulama. And to be honest, I keep saying fact, but it feels to me that they have insecurities. They definitely have insecurities. And one can argue is that the actual people that join them, the youth that join them, we can make an excuse for them because they don't know any better. They get sucked in. You know, they're on a high of super salafiyah. They have an overdose of super salafiyah. It's the ones, the heads that are contributing to this, and they thrive off it because they keep them dumb. They keep them ignorant. If they can keep them dumb and ignorant, they can control them. And when they control them, they're puppets on them. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me the strength to keep me sincere and to do it for His cause, to do it for Lillah. And on top of that, you know, place the love of the believers inside our hearts, that we are concerned about their akhirah, and we're concerned about them falling into their hands, so they'll be brainwashed and computerized, synchronized. Is that the right word to use? But yep, so this is the video, you know, just nice and sweet. It's good, you know, for me to just talk to you, you know, as you can see on screen, and you know, this reference and explaining from this book. It is good to just, you know, speak to you lovely people and just express my views. You could take it or you could leave it. You know, I'm not saying that what I'm saying you have to take. You know, if you feel that, no, I disagree with you, that's fine as well. You know, I'm not going to take it to heart. I'm not going to take it personal. Don't worry about it. So please subscribe to the channel, bro. Haji, you better subscribe. Make sure. Get me to 10k, yeah? Get me to 10k. And I've just recently joined TikTok. So, again, you know, just extracts. I won't be recording much myself, you know. I'm walking down the street. You know, Instagram as well, subscribe or follow. And I'm on Facebook and Twitter. So take care of yourselves. Wassalamu alaikum Muhammad. Again, don't want to catch my beard. I'm getting better at it. Let's do it again. Wow. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum Muhammad.
كم مرة عصف الأنين بداخلي، كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محنته، وكم كرهت مصابها لكن رأيت الخير يسكب في أنا. كم مرة قد ضقت من عظام البلاء، بشر وشيطان يحاصرني أبا. كم مرة قد أظلم الدرب ضحى وتحدر الدمع وضاقت بي رؤى. كم مرة عصف الأنين بداخلي، كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محنته، وكم كرهت